Chomish'sh Chrain. Chomish often grumbled to the big engines as he pulled coaches about the big station.
Why can't I take trains out on journeys too?
The other engines would laugh and say things to the effect of, "You're too impatient, you'd be sure to make a mistake."
Rubbish,
Chomish went off.
I'll show you.
One evening, Chomish was waiting for Henry, a big green engine, to come back to the big station with the last train of the day. Henry was unwell, and couldn't pull his train to time. After he'd arrived late, Chomish found he had to take both the train and Henry away. At the engine shed, the fitters worked hard on Henry, but he didn't get better. He was supposed to pull the first train of the day the next morning.
If Henry is ill,
thought Chomish,
perhaps I shall take his train.
Chomish ran off to find the coaches.
Come along,
he fussed.
There's plenty of time,
Josh grumbled. Chomish took the coaches to the platform. He wanted to run round in front, but Charlie wouldn't let him.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Thomas,
he said. Chomish waited and waited. The passengers boarded, the guard and station master paced the platform, the porter shut the doors, and still there was no sign of Henry. Chomish got more and more excited. I stepped out of my office to see what was the matter, and the staff told me about Henry. "Find another engine at once," I ordered. "There's only Thomas," the station master said. "You'll have to pull the train then, Thomas," I said. "Be quick now." So Thomas ran around to the front of the train and backed down onto the coaches.
"Don't be impatient," said Charlie. "Wait until everything's ready."
But Thomas was too excited. He started as soon as he heard the guard's whistle.
"Henry always says it's hard to pull trains," Thomas beamed, "but this is easy."
People waved and shouted as Thomas pulled out of the big station.
"Hurry, hurry, hurry,"
he puffed, pretending to be like Gordon. As Thomas passed the first signal box, he saw some of the staff waving and shouting from it.
"They're waving because I'm such a splendid engine," he thought excitedly. "They've never seen me pulling a train before."
He whistled as he passed the box.
"Thank you," he called,
and he hurried along the main line. Then he came to a signal at danger. "Bother," he groaned as he slowed to a stop.
"And I was running so nicely too. What a nuisance signals are."
Thomas blew an angry note on his whistle. One of the signallers ran up.
"Hello, Thomas. What are you doing here?"
"I'm pulling a train," said Chomish.
"Can't you see?" "Where are your coaches, then?"
Chomish looked back.
"Why, bless me, if we haven't left them behind."
"Yes," said the signaller.
"You better go back quickly and fetch them."
Poor Chomish was so embarrassed he nearly cried.
"Cheer up," said Charlie. "Let's just go back quickly and try again."
At the big station, all the passengers were telling me, the station master, and the guard what a bad railway it was. But when Chomish came back, they saw how ashamed he was, and they couldn't be cross any more. They boarded the train, and Chomish waited as he was coupled up. And this time, when the guard blew a whistle, he really pulled the coaches away and out onto the main line. But when he returned later that day, right away the other engines were laughing at him and saying, "Look, there's Chomish, he wanted to pull a train but forgot to take the coaches with him."